Welcome to Subramani. On Twitter, I posted saying this: a person earning about 2 lakhs per month, husband plus wife together, which is about 24 lakhs a year, and stay in a rented house, and stay in a rented house because not because of the buy versus rent thing. They just can't afford to make the down payment. They have zero savings, and they're both in their 40s, classmates. So 41, I think both are exactly 41, 41 kind of range, with a 12k per month EMI on a car which they've been using for 2-3 years. They had bought it second hand. 2 kids in school, have zero savings, no SIP, no bank FD, no emergency fund, no mutual fund, nothing. In fact, the husband does not even know what the wife does with her money, because sometime in the past they've had a discussion which was not very great. The husband is up to his eyebrows in debt. The wife, I don't know, maybe up to her mouth. But the most important thing is, with this kind of a background with zero savings, they recently bought 1.5 lakh rupee phone each, right? 2 different makes, expensive ones, with watch, with a phone and a watch, right? Compatible watch and a phone, both costing about 1.5 to 1.6 lakhs per purchase, and plus the phone of 20,000, so about 1 lakh 80 or whatever. And obviously they did not have money to buy it, so both made a down payment, and the balance was funded by the company's finances, or the shopkeeper had convinced them that this is the best way to do, and so they both bought latest phones and the latest watch, and they made a smallish down payment, and the balance is by EMI. So when I made this comment on Twitter, I have got 1,27,000 views, and more importantly, I've got many people replying. So look at the replies. Actually, when I look at the replies, I do not know how many of them really think this is sarcasm, and how many of the replies are sarcastic and genuine. I really don't know, because there is this generation which is willing to say, okay, I have this much money, I will spend. And in the same generation, you also find people who are doing a lot of SIPs. So the figure of 18,000 crore per month SIP comes from the similar class, right? You can't say all the money is being invested by the older people and all the money is being spent by the younger people. Both are not true. So let us look at some of the replies that I have got, saying no one will judge them today if they have a small or no SIP, but they will be judged for not having an iPhone or not wearing a nice watch. Perfectly all right. So these are the people. I'm not cribbing that they are spending so much or wasting so much money or anything. It does not matter to me. But my only thing is, in case something were to happen to one of them, and for 6 months or 1 year or 2 years they are unable to work, because let's say all their 4 limbs are in bad shape, they are bedridden, so there is a monthly, let's say 70,000 rupee per month call on expenses. There is no way how this couple can handle it, right? And that too, if were to happen to the wife, because the wife is employed in a big company, and the husband is doing a lot of freelancing work. So if the wife were to fall ill and have zero income, it is still okay, because the company will have some kind of insurance and something they will pay. But if it were to happen to him, will she be able to leave her job and look after him and the kids with zero income, because there is so much of EMI to pay? I don't know, but well, let us look at some of the other answers. Yeah, nobody will judge you, but then the same people who you think are judging you are not the people who are going to pay the bills in case of an emergency like this. Always consumption is going to be more profitable than savings, because this is Mohit Beriwala, who is a CFA, and he said deferred gratification is insanely hard, and that's why a smaller market. Completely agree, but it is a smaller market people who will be happy at the end of the day, or rather will be less chance. Now, because I have a lot of money, will I be more happy? I don't know, but with the fact that if there is a big medical bill, I can just write a check. it's a huge relief for me. Definitely, I'm sure for many people. The question is not how much money you have, how much you need. Let's say you need 3 crores and you have 27 crores. Will you be 9 times happier than what a person with 3 crores will be? No, but you will be hugely relieved that if something were to go wrong in the equity market or in the debt market or in the real estate market, you have a nicely diversified portfolio, you have a cash flow coming from the portfolio and from your efforts, then that gives you a greater level of comfort. Because of these people, okay, this Sunil Bhai says because of these people we can retire. Actually no, because the money is coming from say Samsung Finance and Apple Finance and not from HDFC Bank. So yes, big part of their expense is actually going to companies which are not perhaps listed. So yes, yes and no. At least invest in pension first and take advantage of index later. It's easier said than done. Those who can invest can, those who can't invest can't. I mean, with all this gyan that I'm giving on how to invest and how to save, I cannot get rid of sugar in my life. I have bread butter sandwich every day for breakfast. Some days I have something more healthy, but yeah, this is what I have. So I can give gyan on investments, on money, because I've had it in the past. I have it. I come from a rich background, so for me saving was never a challenge. I always knew that my father's portfolio was my safety net. I never had to touch it. I don't even touch my own portfolio for an emergency. I have enough money, touch wood, or whatever you want to say for luck. But the question is, what happens if things go wrong, right? So Bangarwalo says, let me share an incident. Yeah, this is a good one. A worker in my office was 54. He had an accident, all 4 limbs paralyzed and hospitalized. Hospitalized since 21st November. So we are in mid-December. So his bill is 18 lakhs. Savings exhausted. Wife is not working, and he had one major what Bangarwalo is saying is, we are just one accident away from things going wrong, especially if you have zero savings and no backup, right? It's okay for a 30-year-old with zero backup and with so much of debt. If his father has a 5 crore portfolio to which he can always dip, and the father will come in worried about his son, so he will pay for his medical expenses if it's not covered by insurance, etc. But if you don't have any of that, if you don't have a rich father or a rich father-in-law, boss, you are in trouble. I live by 4, Argyadeep Majumdar says, I live by 4 simple rules. EPF as an emergency fund, which makes a lot of sense. 1 to 2 years of runaway with current level of monthly expenditure. 1 year is good, 2 years is very good. FD as liquid with higher returns than bank, right? So he said only those 2 things. Maybe he's got other thing, but it's not visible here. So one second. Yeah, so FD for 2 years with less than 0 penalty for withdrawal. MF SIP choosing some index fund based on 10-15 years. And insurance, health and term insurance. I've seen a lot of lakhs of amounts in bills which is not covered by insurance. So as far as I'm concerned, I follow these rules. Good rules, Aragyadeep Majumdar. But then what happens is, this is good if you have taken insurance and insurance pays, etc. The risk that insurance won't pay is so high that many people are afraid to take insurance. So going forward, Mohit Beriwala we covered, Sunil Bhai we covered, Digital Bajirao says at least invest in the pension fund now. Easier said than done, people don't do it. Navneet NP says, every day I get questioned or teased by colleagues for having a 10-year-old car, and these people who laugh at me are earning much lesser than me. I have an old car and an old Android phone. Suit yourself, boss. What doesn't matter what others think, because when things go wrong, these are the people whom you were trying to please are not the ones who are going to come to pay the bills. It's a tough choice, comfort and ease of life now or scrounging now with security later. See the choice of words. When you say scrounging, you're very clearly against that. It's not scrounging, it's a people spending less. So let's say somebody who has a 10 lakhs per month income and his annual and his monthly expenses are say 30-40,000 rupees. Is he scrounging? Maybe not. That's the lifestyle that he likes, right? So some people will not by choice spend too much money, even with their own money and even if it's somebody else's money. So some people are like that, and it's each person's choice. These are the people who contribute to India's GDP growth, that is true, but a lot of this money is actually going abroad. Then there are same consumers who are continuing to make you rich, right? So that's also true. Some choose nothing wrong with their lifestyle as long as it motivates them to do a 5 lakh per month salary in the next 12 months. This is nice theory to talk. Practically it doesn't happen. If you're earning 2 lakhs between husband and wife, chances are it will go to 2 lakh 20,000. 2 lakhs doesn't become 5 lakhs unless there is some dramatic change which you are willing to make. If you're going to make the dramatic change, all the more reason that you should not get into debt. Most youngsters, upon getting a job, think of spending on discretionary items. That is bound to happen. If the parents have been saying no, we can't afford this phone, etc., etc., obviously they would want to do that first. So that is not something wrong. Let them live their. Yeah, so there it's a longer list, but maybe I'll break it into smaller videos. Thank you.